So anyways, I'm here with my good friend Alex Roman at MPP's Frank Lee's office, and I arrived back from Yellowknife on Saturday, and today I had to do my downtown thing, you know, get my medications and stuff like that. And I gave Alex a call and said, I'm in town, I'm in your neighborhood. So he said, come on up, which I did. And I'm here in his office right now. And what I wanted to do was kind of just, because I still have that kind of glow, I think. You know, what happens when I do these campaigns, Alex, I have to forget that I'm from Toronto. I almost have to completely dispose of my identity because I have to somehow integrate with that community that I'm going into. And that means completely getting rid of all whatever Torontonian character I have of me, so I can properly assimilate in that community and be one of them, so to speak. And so it's a very, I've gotten used to doing that. And so as I was traveling, you know, throughout the country, I learned to become a Newfoundlander. I learned to become a Maritimer. You know, I learned to be a Quebecer. I learned to be a prairie person. I learned the strange ways of the BC provincial people. I've learned all these different ways to assimilate. And then once I get back to Toronto, it doesn't take quick for that Toronto identity to get back, to hit me. Go ahead, Alex. And so now I'm finding out that, you know, geez, I wish I could just keep, in a way, all those different characters. Because when I get this, when I come back to Toronto, I feel like I'm back to that activist mode or something. I've got myself, like in my head, defined that like I'm an activist, and very hard to deal with, or risky to deal with, or, you know, which wasn't the impression that I was you know, that because of the ability to discard, you know, or not to. So that's what's at task at me right now, not to get into that, like feeling that I'm an activist role, you know, and trying to, because Toronto's got such a different, it's got a different energy, you know, it's much different, and the way the game is played here is much different, you know, and so if any one of those characters that I had, or, you know, if I could adapt them as one Toronto character, I think that's what I have to do, because otherwise, coming back to Toronto, I'm going to be full of venom. There's a lot of things that I'm upset about, and if I go ranting and raving, it's just going to further define that activist role. So that's the first step of enlightenment, is to find out, you know, what you're feeling and what to do about that feeling, and that's it. So I just want to, this is my friend Alex Roman.
Well, George, I wanted to welcome you back here in this city of Toronto. I agree with you that Toronto has a different spirit from the rest of Canada. It's like the Alexandria in Africa, the city of Alexandria in Africa, where there was Alexandria, then there was the rest of Africa. I wish you well in your ongoing struggle to enlighten us. I know you've received the enlightenment, but now the rest of us need to receive it, and I know that you're struggling to, you're like Michelangelo, who was dragging a piece of marble in the middle of summer in central Italy throughout all the villages, and everybody was saying, "You're crazy, Michelangelo." He said, "Why? There's an angel inside that marble." So he took his chisel and hammer, and after a few hours of work, sure enough, he was right. There was an angel in there. So it's your job to bring out the angel in us. And I also hope that our corporate sponsors, would-be corporate sponsors of your cause, will, in a short period of time, come forward and lend you their support for a most worthy cause. And I know that, as it says in the beginning prayers of the Mass, Forgive us for what we have done and what we have failed to do. I know there's an awful lot that I and others here have failed in supporting you, and we failed in doing all we can to support your cause, which is the cause of everyone. So having you here, it brings this full circle, and is also an occasion for some introspection, reflection, and even some sadness at our failings. So, but by and large, having you here is a great joy, knowing that you've been to where you've been, that you visited, you know, every nook and cranny of this country, and you've come back fully inspired. You've come back with all kinds of mixed emotions and thoughts and observations, and we can only learn from that. So, George, we welcome you back in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirits, and we hope to do better. We hope to do better with you in this very important cause that you were also anointed in fulfilling by His Holiness Pope John Paul II and Mr. Frank Cleese, who supports both causes, a day in honor of His Holiness and your cause. This is something which is very sobering, and is also fills us with hope, fills us with great confidence in the future that there are individuals like you who go through a personal crucifixion of sorts in the hope that there is going to be and going to come a resurrection for so many people who will benefit from the end results and the fruits of your struggle and of your labor.
Wow, well said. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you, Alex.